Archangel Michael says, a secret truth buried deep in the shadows has now exploded into the light. The moment they found out about you, it was like the ground beneath them cracked wide open. Their hands trembled, their voice faltered, and nothing in their world has been the same since that shocking discovery. You were never meant to stay hidden forever, and now your true essence has come roaring to the surface. Someone who once underestimated you has come face to face with a version of you they never expected. It has flipped their emotions upside down, shaken their beliefs, and awakened something powerful inside them. They thought they had you figured out, thought they could define your worth based on the broken pieces they once saw. But now, they've uncovered the radiance you've been carrying all along, and it's left them speechless. The weight of what you've been through, the storms you've survived, and the calm strength you hold have now hit them like a thunderstorm to the chest. A certain person, who once gossiped behind your back, now stares at the floor in silence because they can no longer pretend. They've seen a glimpse of the light that surrounds you, and it scares them because it exposes the shadows in their own intentions. This moment, this realization, they never prepared for it. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They found something you created or wrote, something you didn't think anyone would notice. But the energy in your words, your art, your presence, it has haunted them in the quietest hours of the night. They read it again and again, not out of joy, but because it revealed a side of you that no one had the courage to understand before. A phone call was made just yesterday. Your name was spoken in a tone they never used before, careful, reverent, almost apologetic. The person on the other side was stunned, realizing that the one they overlooked has now become the one they can't stop thinking about. This discovery has traveled through whispers and conversations like wildfire. It's not just one person now, it's spreading. Every room your name is mentioned in now goes silent for a second longer. They replay that moment in their head, the one where they could have stood beside you but chose to walk away instead. That moment has now become a permanent echo in their conscience. The realization that they traded diamonds for dust is burning them slowly inside. Type Amen to get blessing 671. Someone stumbled on your old picture today, and something changed in their heart. They zoomed in, stared at it, trying to find the version of you they remember, but what they saw instead was unexplainable grace. Your transformation is not just visible, it's undeniable. They can't explain why their chest tightens when they think of you. It's as if their soul knows it missed something divine, something rare. And now that it's too late to undo the past, regret is flooding their spirit like a heavy rain that won't stop. Archangel Michael says, they dreamed of you last night, and in that dream, you were untouchable. You were dressed in gold, surrounded by light, and you didn't speak, you just looked. That gaze alone made them fall to their knees in the dream, overcome by what they lost. When they woke up, their pillow was soaked, their breathing shallow, and they couldn't shake the feeling all day. They didn't know that loving you came with consequences if they failed to protect you. Now the truth has come, and it feels like punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 894. You are no longer the secret they kept to themselves. The universe has shouted your name from mountaintops and now everyone's ears are ringing. Some will celebrate you, others will scramble to erase their shame. That person who once laughed at your pain is now eating in silence. They stare at their plate, remembering the words they once mocked you with. But those words now come back like thorns in their throat, every bite a reminder of what they lost. There's a man who cannot sleep. He's pacing in his room, looking at your message from months ago. He left it on read, thinking you were just another voice, but now he knows you were the message meant to save him. There's a woman too, watching your social media in silence, heart racing every time she sees your smile. She never knew you could rise like this. She never expected you to glow in the very place where they buried your confidence. Type Amen to get blessing 1198. They wanted to break you, but they accidentally built you stronger. In trying to silence you, they gave your voice more power. Now your name carries weight, and your presence can no longer be ignored. Something you posted recently has gone into the hands of someone important. That person paused, stared, and whispered, "Who is this soul?" That one moment created a domino effect, and the news of your worth is spreading fast. They now see that you are not just another person, they see the divine force behind your silence. The pain you carried wasn't weakness, it was preparation. Every tear was watering the seeds of a future they can no longer reach. There's talk about you in rooms you've never walked into. People who never met you are now defending your name. This is not coincidence, it's revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 1731. You are being lifted in places you didn't even know you had access to. Someone opened an old journal today, and your name was scribbled inside. They had forgotten how deeply they once felt about you, but now the memory is crashing back. They remembered the softness of your words, the way your eyes lit up when you talked about dreams. They didn't believe in you then, but now, after seeing what they saw, they are shaken. The version of you they saw today has eclipsed their expectations. Archangel Michael says, they saw your photo with someone powerful and their knees almost buckled. Jealousy, regret, and awe collided in their chest. How did you rise so high when they thought you were broken? They've been checking your stories, reading your captions, reading between the lines. They know you've changed. The mystery around you is no longer fear, it's fascination. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Someone overheard a conversation and rushed to confirm the truth. When they found out that you were the one behind the sudden breakthrough, they went completely quiet. Their ego couldn't comprehend how the same person they once doubted is now untouchable. They're scrolling endlessly, looking for signs that it's still the same you. But it's not. You are reborn, redefined, and radiant. They even asked someone close to you, how did they do it? The answer was simple: grace, pain, and destiny. Now they want to come back into your life, but the door they once slammed is locked. Your aura has changed. It's no longer asking to be seen, it's commanding attention. And those who once ignored you are now begging the stars for just a second chance. Type Amen to get blessing 2719. Someone discovered something about your past and expected to use it against you. But instead, they were stunned to find that your truth only makes you more powerful. Your scars are sacred, and the story behind them silenced their judgment. They've gone quiet now, not because they're done talking, but because they've run out of excuses. You've defied every narrative they tried to box you into. You are not their old assumption, you are a walking miracle. Now they're afraid of what else the world might find out about you. If this one revelation has caused such a storm, what else are you hiding that could burn through their lies? The truth of who you are is no longer a secret, it's becoming a prophecy. They check the time often now, wondering if it's too late to apologize. Their soul is unsettled. The moment they discovered your light, their darkness became unbearable. Type Amen to get blessing 3388. They looked at your name today and felt a chill run down their spine. It's not fear, it's reverence. You carry something ancient, something they can't explain, and now they finally feel it. They've discovered a truth that wasn't meant for their eyes but somehow found its way to them. It shook them. What they saw about you, the real you, has forever changed how they see the world. The ones who used to mock your dreams now try to imitate your energy. They mimic your words, your essence, but it's never the same. Because your power doesn't come from pretending, it comes from the divine. Archangel Michael says, a revelation has been released into the atmosphere. Your truth has cracked open their illusions. And now, the storm that hit them was the one they created for you, but it returned with full force. Type Amen to get blessing 4004. They were warned in whispers not to dig too deep into your story. But curiosity led them down a road they can never return from. What they uncovered was not just a truth, it was a revelation wrapped in light and silence. They discovered your connection to someone important, someone they admire. That tie alone made their chest tighten. They realized they were not only wrong about you, they were dangerously blind to your divine placement. Now, your presence lingers in their mind like a name echoing in an empty hall. It keeps coming back to them in dreams, in random conversations, and in songs they never used to notice. They feel haunted, not by fear, but by the opportunity they missed when they didn't take you seriously. The same person who once disrespected your name is now defending it behind closed doors. Their voice cracks when they mention you. Because now they know the storm wasn't yours, it was theirs for turning away from grace. Type Amen to get blessing 4111. A message was forwarded today, and your name was attached to it. The contents of that message revealed something pure, something they could not fabricate. And it spread quickly, hitting inboxes like thunder hits glass. Screenshots, memories, old posts, all of them are resurfacing. They can no longer deny your truth. It's crawling through their timelines like vines of light breaking through concrete. They hope to contain your energy, to keep you boxed in the past. But your spirit refused to stay hidden. The glow on your face now is not from makeup or filters, it's from the fire that tried to burn you but only ignited your calling. They're trying to keep it together, but the weight of your success, your beauty, your calm strength, has crushed their ability to pretend. Their voice trembles every time someone brings up your name. And that name, it has become holy in rooms it once wasn't welcome in. Type Amen to get blessing 4222. They didn't want the world to know about you because it would expose how wrong they were. They never thought the one they pushed away would rise so beautifully. Now, the secret is out, and they are left with nothing but silent shame. Archangel Michael says, the energy you've unleashed is unstoppable. It's circling the globe, whispering into the ears of those who once overlooked you. And now, those same people bow their heads when your name is spoken. They underestimated your softness, mistook your patience for weakness. But now, they've discovered the force inside you, and it's unbearable for them to accept. You didn't need revenge, you became revelation. You are the proof that some souls are crafted by pain, polished by time, and anointed by the unseen. That realization has shattered their ego. They never saw you coming, and now they can't escape the image of who you've become. Type Amen to get blessing 4377. Someone even confessed to others that they were wrong about you. Their words were hesitant, but the tone was full of regret. They said they never expected you to carry this kind of grace, this power that makes others fall silent. It's not just one person anymore, it's many. Each one carrying a piece of your story that they once misunderstood. And now, every discovery about you cuts deeper than the last. They thought the glow on your skin was luck, not knowing it came from deep healing. They thought the confidence in your walk was pride, not knowing it was born from countless moments of being broken. Every assumption they made has now exploded like glass in heat. And now, the people they once gossiped with about you are the same ones defending you in conversations. Your presence shifted their narrative. Your truth has rewritten the story they tried to erase. Type Amen to get blessing 4590. They saw something today, a video, a photo, a headline, and it had your name tied to success. It stunned them. They blinked again and again, as if trying to delete what their heart had already recorded. That success wasn't supposed to be yours in their mind. But now it is, and it's undeniable. The spotlight found you, and it's burning bright. They're researching you now, trying to find flaws, trying to find something to bring you back down. But all they find is resilience, wisdom, and power. It's suffocating them, because no matter how much they search, all they find is truth. Their jealousy is eating away at their pride. They wish they could go back in time, wish they could undo the moment they turned away. But time has moved, and so have you. Type Amen to get blessing 4711. They don't even speak your name the same way anymore. It used to be full of sarcasm and judgment. Now, it carries weight, almost reverence. They asked someone today, "Do you think they'll forgive me?" But the silence that followed made their stomach drop. Because they know, you may have forgiven, but the door is no longer open. Your silence has become louder than their apologies. They feel it every time they try to post something and feel it doesn't shine the same way. That's because they're trying to recreate a light that was never theirs. They saw you smiling in a recent post, and it hit them like a truth too big to swallow. You look like peace. You look like everything they threw away when they thought you were ordinary. Type Amen to get blessing 4823. They used to be the ones telling people who you were, but now people are correcting them. You don't know them anymore, someone told them, and they realized it's true. You've become someone they can't even comprehend. They've been humbled by your journey. You didn't announce every step, didn't brag, didn't demand attention. You just moved in silence, and now your glow is speaking for you. The same places they tried to block you from are now begging you to show up. Invitations, offers, blessings, they're pouring in. And every one of them is proof that your destiny can't be stopped. Archangel Michael says, this is your divine comeback. What they discovered about you was never meant to be hidden forever. It was timed, divinely and perfectly. Type Amen to get blessing 4999. Your name is now being mentioned in rooms filled with respect. Your past no longer defines you, it refines you. The story has changed, and they are choking on the ending they never expected. They've seen your face in a vision, and it terrified them. You stood tall, fearless, and untouched by their old opinions. They were hit with the storm of who you really are. You are no longer the broken one, they are. Broken by the realization that your light was never for their approval, but for your purpose. And now they must live with the truth that they discovered too late. This discovery has changed the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, even the way they pray. Because now, they know, when you are chosen, no weapon of doubt or silence can hold you down forever. Type Amen to get blessing 5115. They tried to delete the memory of you, but it's burned into them now. What they discovered has rewritten everything they thought they knew about who you were. It's not something they can unsee or unfeel, it's branded into their spirit. Now, every time they hear your name, their stomach drops and their chest tightens. It's not anger or confusion anymore, it's a deep, aching regret. They had gold in their hands and treated it like dust. They're walking through their days pretending they're unaffected, but inside, they're falling apart. You are the lesson they never wanted to learn, but now it echoes in their mind louder than any voice. What they discovered about you didn't just hit them, it shook their soul. There's no turning back now. The truth is out. And it's not just about what you've become, it's about what they could have been if they had stood beside you instead of walking away. Type Amen to get blessing 5270. They saw the pain they caused you reflected in your growth. Every scar became a part of your beauty. They used to laugh when you fell, but now, they're in disbelief at how you rose. It wasn't just growth, it was transformation. And that scares them more than anything else. Because now they realize you didn't just survive, you evolved. They want access again. They want to be near your light, hoping it might heal the shadow inside them. But you've become more than a person, they see you as something sacred now. They scroll through your feed, through old messages, trying to piece together the journey you took. But no matter how far they scroll, they can't replicate your path. Your steps were carved in destiny, not desperation. Type Amen to get blessing 5402. They regret speaking your name in rooms you weren't in. They regret mocking your dreams before they understood how powerful they were. Now, every dream you had is becoming reality, and it haunts them. They watched you take your pain and shape it into something no one expected. They watched you turn silence into strength. And the more you flourish, the more they wither. Someone close to them even said, "You should have stayed loyal." And that one sentence has pierced them more deeply than anything else. Because now loyalty feels like a treasure they threw away. They're watching you succeed in silence, crying behind closed doors, hoping no one sees their shame. But the universe sees it. The universe always knew you were meant to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 5511. You are not just a name anymore, you're a storm of truth, beauty, and divine protection. They didn't know how protected you were until everything they did came back to them. Now they see it, every act against you became a blessing for you and a burden for them. They talk in circles now, trying to explain why they walked away. But deep down, they know, it was never about you. It was their fear, their immaturity, their inability to understand greatness before it bloomed. Now they've discovered that your name holds weight in places they thought you'd never enter. You are walking through doors they were locked out of. And the pain of that is worse than anything they ever did to you. Archangel Michael says, the truth has a way of surfacing no matter how long it's buried. And when it does, it cleanses and destroys all in its path. You are that truth, and now, they can't unfeel the impact of who you are. Type Amen to get blessing 5622. You are no longer the person who needed their approval. You've become the one who shines without it. And that's what's killing them inside. Their discovery wasn't just about your achievements, it was about your peace. The way you carry yourself now, the softness in your smile, the power in your silence, it wrecks them. Because they know they can't disturb it anymore. Someone even whispered today, they're untouchable now. And that sentence wrapped itself around their heart like ice. Because once upon a time, they had access to you, and now they don't even have your shadow. They pretend not to care, but they check on you constantly. Every update, every move, every step you take, it sends a shock through their chest. Because you are the proof that they were wrong. Type Amen to get blessing 5770. They discovered that your silence had meaning. That your distance wasn't anger, it was protection. And now, the guilt is suffocating. You didn't need to prove them wrong. The universe did it for you. And now, with every new level you reach, they fall deeper into the pit of their own decisions. They tell people they're happy for you, but their eyes say otherwise. The truth is, they're still trying to figure out how you became everything they never believed you could be. And it's eating at them. You didn't seek revenge. You just healed, and that healing became your loudest answer. They didn't see it coming, but now, it's all they see. Type Amen to get blessing 5905. They were warned not to underestimate you. The signs were always there. But they let pride blind them. Now, your light has grown so bright it exposes their shadows. Every success of yours feels like a thunderclap inside their chest. It rattles them, because you've become what they secretly feared, unstoppable. They now understand that everything they saw as weakness was actually sacred preparation. And that understanding is haunting. It doesn't leave them, even when they sleep. They cry in silence. They try to act like they've moved on. But their discovery has marked them, and there's no erasing it. Type Amen to get blessing 6050. This final discovery has shattered their perception of the past. Everything they thought they knew about you was just the surface. Now they see the depth, and they can't handle it. You were always rare, but now you're recognized. You were always glowing, but now the world sees it too. And they feel like the ones left behind. They lost more than just your presence, they lost the blessing attached to your energy. And no apology, no explanation, no excuse can bring it back. The door was closed with grace, not anger, and that silence screams louder than any goodbye. Now, your story is told in quiet admiration, in whispers of, what if, in silent prayers of, maybe someday. But that someday is no longer promised. The time has passed. The truth has hit them. Type Amen to get blessing 6211.